Namaste, friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Today's practice is inspired to help create space. What does that mean? Help create space for yourself amidst all the crazy thoughts. And in the meanwhile, move our bodies, because when we move our bodies, we feel better about ourselves. Our bodies physically start looking better, and we have more confidence within. Unroll your mat. Peel out the edges and the corners. Let them flow. Push them down. And find your favorite sukhasana, that crisscross applesauce that works best for you. I like to use the pillow. I have a meditation pillow. It has all these lovely little beads, but a couch pillow. This is a home practice, so pause the video and get a little cushion from your couch. Finding a little length in the spine, allowing the legs to settle. Allowing yourself to maybe shake it off. Shake off whatever was before this, whatever your life has in store, whatever you're stressing out or feeling overwhelmed about. Just allow yourself to come back. Let's just show up here. Let's take some deep cleansing breaths. Let's move some energy. Clear some space. Find a little length in the spine, a gentle tuck, a gentle engagement of the core, a humble tuck to the skin or the chin, because I think you can tuck all of your skin at once. It's your epidermis, maybe you can. I like to have a blanket for comfort of knees, to have the option to go on the knees. I am on a hard floor here, so we want to keep integrity of the knees, my friends. So also, if you need to, you can pause this and grab that blanket, my friends. Allowing yourself to bring your focus and your attention inward. And if you want to use a mudra for your hands, you can, but you don't have to. I like the Guyana, it's super simple. Circle, fingers. This is a more rooting down, but you can gently bring the hands to the belly or just rest on the knees. Allowing maybe the angst, all of the nerves, allowing them to just be. Allowing yourself to find your center by maybe just really feeling what that feels like in your center. And no matter what your perception of your core or your center is, this space is so much stronger than we give credit for. This core, this center helps us move around all day. It holds us up. It allows us to sit, to drive, to do all the things that we do. So giving gratitude to the center that you have, no matter of your perception, letting judgment go, bringing that breath in, down to the center. Allowing yourself to fill up at the core and allowing it to exhale with an audible ah or a ha sound. And I know sometimes as we begin our practice, we get antsy, we just want to start moving, and just allow yourself to chill out, to be here, to find your center. If we cannot take the time to connect with ourselves, to connect and find our center, we're going to be all sorts of all over the place. So find your center, tune into that breath, bring it down into the core, letting it go. Allowing yourself to set an intention for yourself, an intention for this practice. Maybe something has floated up to you, maybe that you need to connect, that you need to focus on the core, or maybe you just need to breathe in a big breath of love for yourself, because self-love might be something that's lacking for you. Breathing in a big breath of love and letting that love dissipate into the space. And maybe holding onto a memory or a person that you love dearly and who brings you so much joy, or an image, or maybe even a tree or a plant. And breathing that image inside of your heart. Maybe even bringing the hands up to the heart center and exhaling that love Breathing in that love and that joy of that person or that experience. Maybe it was a vacation, maybe it was a smile somebody gave you, or the way that a certain person makes you feel so good about yourself. Breathing in that breath and holding on to that, and knowing that these feelings are always within you, and that they are not because other people made you feel like them. You decided to hold on to this. You captured this. Big, beautiful breath, my friends, into the heart space. And letting it roll. And slowly and mindfully moving on into tabletop position. So moving that pillow over, grabbing that blanket, and having that blanket folded up nicely for you. And putting that underneath of the knees here. And tuning into a tabletop position with a wide open starfish hand here. Feeling the engagement of the bandha, the lock at your core. Tuning into that center. Inhale, raising up like a black cat on Halloween. Exhaling, sinking. Allowing the tail and the chin. You can take these fast or slow. I want you to do what feels good for you. Allowing yourself to tune into that breath. The pranayama, tuning in the life force to the breath. And letting it flow. Maybe just taking a moment to find a little movement that feels good to you. Maybe it's swaying side to side of the hips, or just a gentle peek behind the right heel, allowing the left hip to drop out to the side. Coming to neutral, and maybe peeking behind the left foot and letting the right hip drop out. Tuning in, setting it for wide open starfish hand for Adho Mukha Savasana, a downward facing dog. So I have pretty wide shoulder blades. I have a really big bony structure. My bones have always been really big. And what I found works best for me, and in my teacher training, is that letting the pinkies track on the edges of the mat. If you have a more shallow shoulders, if you have more average size, or if you're very petite and small, I encourage you to bring your hands more in. So knowing that it's okay to let them come out a little bit wider than the shoulders if you do have really wide shoulders. Grounding down through the pointer and the thumb and extending through the pinky, posting up at the hind feet, and slowly from the toes, taking it slow, and slowly with bent knees, just slowly pressing up, rolling the biceps out, allowing the eyes of the elbows to roll forward here. And tuning into what the breath does when we come into this inversion. Maybe walking out your dog here, melting your heart down, your heart towards your thighs. Not trying to melt the heart down to the earth, but melting the heart back into the upper thighs, the hamstrings, and the fronts of our bodies. And tuning into what this feels like here in this inversion, allowing the heart to elevate above the head here. Really still rooting and pressing in through the wide open starfish hand here. Bending, sinking one hip open and twisting at the core. Tuning into that core, that intention. Exhaling to neutral. Dropping one knee the opposite side. Beautiful work, my friends, here. From this downward dog here, inhale, raising up the right foot, heel high up to the sky, as high as what works for you. Knowing wherever you are in your practice is okay. Inhale, coming to plank pose with the arms rotating, coming to plank pose, soft bend, bringing the knee in towards the chin. Exhale, extending, pressing the heel up high to the sky, tuning into the body, the hips wanting to open, doing your best to keep the hips down. Inhaling into plank pose. Exhale, raising that foot high, tuning into that strength. Inhale, coming in for a flow, a vinyasa flow. Exhale, raising that foot high. Inhale, slowly and mindfully, however this looks to you, journeying that foot up. And if you're back here and you need to help, I have a lot of students who need this helping hand here. Exhaling that hind knee down to the earth here. option here to just kind of let everything be loose and limber, or to find that integrity of that core, integrity of the foot, really pressing and rooting in through the four corners of the feet, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, aligning the ankle over the knee, finding that length and that strength in the spine by slowly hugging in at the core, exhaling, hinging, turning into this hind foot. And I know here it can get a little bit wobbly, so if you need to look around, turn into that foot and what works best for you. It could be to post up or post down. Inhale, raising up here, really setting yourself up for success here, like we're on a set of skis here versus a tightrope. Find that length and that strength in the spine. Exhaling the arms to a T. Inhaling, twisting to the right side here. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, cactusing, drawing the shoulder blades closer together. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, cactusing, warming up the body here. Feeling okay if your core, if you're feeling wobbly, really tighten up that core, tighten up the glutes and the hamstrings. Inhale, raising up, my friends. Beautiful work. Exhale, sinking. Inhale, raising up to neutral. Soft back bend here at Anjaneyasana, in between, fighting that soft back bend, opening up the heart. Big, deep, conscious breath from the core, heating up that core. Exhaling to neutral. Exhaling the arms back to that T and twisting to the opposite side here, finding that length from fingertip to fingertip. Inhale, raising the arms up high above. Exhale, cactusing, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart, opening up the chest at the front. Inhaling in a big breath of love. Exhaling that love. Inhaling, we all need love. Like the Beatles song, all you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need, but sometimes we need a little bit more, right? Inhale, raising up. I hope you like my singing song voice. Floating the arms down. Tuning into that wide open starfish hand, remembering the hand, the wide open starfish hand, softly posting up the hind foot, coming from into a plank pose here. Plank to that down dog here. And just feeling what it feels like in the legs. Exhale, coming forward for a plank pose here. Softly bending at the elbows, really pressing up through the shoulder blades here. The plank pose is one of the most common poses where I see people either dropping, and that's more of an up dog, or the booty is way high up. Really keeping that integrity between the shoulders here. Exhaling, really pressing back in through the sit bones, sinking the heart back towards the upper thighs here. Exhaling the left leg, raising high up to the sky. Inhale, tucking knee in, coming, positioning into plank pose. So really pressing up through the shoulder blades here, opening up the shoulder blades. Rising that leg up. Inhaling, plank pose. Exhaling for this one-legged dog. Inhaling, exhaling, coming to that center. One more, pressing all the way back up high, and slowly and mindfully journeying that opposite foot forward, however that looks best for you. And maybe you need a helping hand. Helping yourself, grounding through the four corners of the feet, 2 in the front, 2 in the heel, setting up the hind foot, aligning the knee over the hip, tuning into the foot if it feels best to rest down. Just being aware if your foot has a tendency to linger. Sometimes we have lingering legs. Really tuning into this front foot, our forward facing foot, rooting to the four corners of the foot, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Coursing that core strength together, setting those feet up on the set of skis. And notice if you're too much together on a tightrope, you might feel way off kilter. So letting those feet set up, maybe standing them a little bit further apart, and know that wherever you are in your practice is exactly where you need to be, and not pushing yourself too hard, but not challenging yourself, because you want to find that happy edge, that space between not enough and too much. Exhaling the arms to a T here. Inhaling, coming for a twist from the core, twisting at the core here. An option here, you can stay static. You can do that cactus move, or you can find something a little more freeing. Maybe you just want to find a little self-expression. That's what I feel like doing. So do whatever floats your boat. And I hope you are enjoying my lovely paintings, my fall ohm tree, and this big, beautiful, joyful Buddha that I'm getting ready to give to his owner. It was a commissioned piece for me. So we're soaking up the joy of the Buddha. And if you notice, the Buddha has 7 little friends around him, if you can see. You can always pause and zoom in. And they're all different colors of your chakras. Exhaling to neutral. Inhale, raising the arms up high to the sky. Soft back bend, tipping back. Opening up the heart, Anjaneyasana. Crescent lunge here, big breath into the heart space. Squeezing together at the hips, at the thighs. Lifting through the pelvic floor here, finding length and strength in the spine here. Working through the burn and the heat. Coming back to that intention. Exhaling to neutral. Flying those arms down to a T. Coming to the opposite direction, twisting from the core. And again, if you want to do those cactus arms, if you want to stay static, or if you want to feel a little fluid, find a little self-expression. And I just noticed I was way bending forward. So really tuning into your body and the alignment. But if that feels good and you want to move forward and back, it's okay. We don't have to be so militant about our practice. It's our practice. It's a home. H-O-M-E. It's a home practice, my friends. Beautiful work, finding that self-expression that feels good for you. Love it. Exhaling to neutral. Floating those hands back down. Setting up for that wide open starfish hand here. Stepping that hind foot forward. Coming in for a forward fold here, Uttanasana. Allowing that body to hang forward to ragdoll. And you can keep a soft bend to the knee, you can keep a generous bend to the knee, and in this instance, you can keep a generous bend to the spine. If you have straighter legs, always a micro bend, then you can keep a straighter spine. You might be one of those people who can just zoop and just fold in half. Me, I need that more generous bend. I'm coming down. And however that bend looks for you, bring that bend down so you can hug yourself behind your thighs. And even if it's just a gentle grabbing behind the legs, giving yourself just a moment to feel in this inversion. To feel what it feels like, maybe shaking your head no. Giving lots of yes. Affirmation that we're here, we're doing this, we're awesome. And maybe your mind is getting in the way. All those thoughts might be coming in. No thanks. We're right, we're supposed to be here. Inhale, raising up to half flat back. Removing any wrinkles from that spine. Really doing your best to tune into the sit bones. Creating energy from the sit bones all the way through the chakras to the top of the head. Exhale, sinking. Inhale, slowly and mindfully raising up to Tadasana. Giving yourself a moment to feel whatever you're feeling. To feel all that energy that's cultivating, or maybe your mind is going a little woo, side to side. Just feeling whatever you're feeling and being okay with it. Big, beautiful breath into the heart. Inhale, raising the arms up high to the sun. Soft back bend here, tipping back. You're tipping back, opening up your heart here. Exhale slowly and mindfully, hinging forward. Hinging in Uttanasana. Exhaling, putting the hands wide open, starfish hands, stepping one foot back, the other foot back for a plank pose here. Coming in for a chaturanga variation that works best for you. Chaturanga is one of those poses where we can really injure ourselves if we're not careful. Option one is to be on the knees. A pillow would be a good friend so you're not going down too far. Hugging the elbows in and hugging the lower ribs in here. It's not like a push-up, keeping them in. Option one is to use the core, coming down, using that strength. Exhaling and coming in either for your variation of a cobra, or you can do that up dog. So cobra's going to be more gentle, and the up dog is going to be a little bit more intense. Exhaling option, not right now, sweetheart, option 2. Okay, when I'm done, I will help you. This is Jack. He's going to do, oh, we're actually trying to do a chaturanga, and I don't know if I can do it with him on my back. Let's try. Okay, let's chaturanga with Jack. It's going to be really challenging. Again, so it's not a push-up. Exhaling the legs long. Inhaling, tucking the arms in. Coming halfway down, floating up. Adho Mukha Savasana, up dog. That's a little challenging, and that might hurt my spine. I love you, Angel. Can I do a chaturanga? Can you show me how we can do a chaturanga? So taking that variation that works best for you. Maybe floating all the way down. Inhale, raising up for that cobra. Okay, when I'm all done, I will. Raising up. Maybe a soft little in our cobra. Inhale, coming. And opening up the knees wide. Big toes, kissing big toes. Sinking the sit bones back for a devotional or bhaktasana. I know I have a lot of students here that can't get down and folded right here, and that's okay if you have that pillow. You want to keep the blankets under the knee, but the pillow can go under in support, and even if your butt has to stay up high, exhaling the arms long, resting the forehead down onto the earth. Allowing those sit bones to come all the way back to what feels best for you. Shh, Jack, right now is not the time. Working through distractions is always my mantra. I'll go upstairs, go and build your blocks, and I'll be up there shortly, okay? Option here to take a child's pose, balasana, if that feels best for you. Okay, then take him with you. Breathing in a big breath of love into your heart. And letting that love float. Big breath of love in, my friends. And letting that love float. So allowing yourself to gently cool. Giving yourself gratitude. Letting go. Coming back to that center. Making space for yourself. Space for you amongst the chaos of the world, because that space is here. And slowly crossing the heels. I'm going to grab my little pillow. I'm going to turn towards you, so transitioning back to the booty, to that sukhasana, that crisscross applesauce that works best for you. Maybe it's putting that blanket under the legs, getting comfortable. Breathing in a big breath into the heart. Inhale, raising the arms up high. Exhale, twisting to the right, to your left side. Feeling what that feels like in the spine. Big breath of love. You can gently peek over the left shoulder. Inhale, raising up to neutral. Exhale, twisting the opposite side. Hand rests on opposite knee. Not compromising the integrity of your spine to dig a little deeper, just to feel that. Feel that through your spine, through that lumbar spine here. Gently peeking over that right shoulder. Big breath into the heart space. And letting that flow. Big conscious breath into the heart. Letting that flow. Inhale, raising the arms up. Making a little roundhouse and slowly bringing hands, palms kissing palms to Anjali Mudra. This is Joyo Boyo. Joyo Boyo is almost going to be 1 on October 22nd. He's a birthday puppy. Remembering that how we do one thing is how we do everything. And I know sometimes when we hear that, our ego may set in and get offended. Like, why would you say that? What do you mean? Just think about it. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So try with the small things. Try to do everything that you do better today. Try your best. That's what I've been teaching my kids. I just ask for you to try your best. Because sometimes when we just try, we're just like in those poses, if we're just flopping and not engaging our core, we can injure ourselves. But if we're trying and putting our heart and our soul into it, the universe will bring miracles into our life, and I personally experienced that. Breathing in that person or that experience or that moment, or maybe it's this one where you felt so much love and so much life and so much light within you. Cultivating a smile inside and allowing it to reflect on the outside. Smiling, shining your light, allowing that inner peace and inner love to reflect outwards. Setting in inside, allowing time and space for you. Thank you so much for journeying with me in this practice and working through any distractions in your life. I love you so much, and I am truly so grateful for you, friends. Slowly journey that hand up to that third eye. Namaste, my friends. Namaste. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed today's practice, thumbs us up, share, and better yet, subscribe to Yoga Bliss with Shelly. And I will be doing my best to share my paintings, my inspired works, or even my distractions with these little people with Sir Jackius. I love you all so much. Love and light, friends.